As news of the baby's arrival began circulating online, fans of Little People Big World immediately flooded social media with excitement and questions. Even though details can sometimes get mixed in online discussions, one thing is certain. Viewers remain deeply invested in the lives of Tori Roloff and Zach Roloff. The Roloff family has always shared a very personal journey on television, and that emotional connection is exactly why every update feels so significant to longtime fans. At the center of it all is family matriarch Amy Roloff, who has often been seen stepping in during major life milestones. Whether it's offering support, celebrating achievements, or simply being present during emotional moments, Amy's role in the family continues to stand out. In this storyline, fans are especially focused on how the family comes together during big life changes. The arrival of a new baby, real or speculated in online discussions, always becomes a moment of reflection, unity, and sometimes even tension beneath the surface. One of the biggest talking points surrounding this narrative is the idea of an expensive gift, allegedly linked to TLC or the show's production circle. While there is no confirmed evidence of such a gift, fan theories have taken on a life of their own. Some viewers believe that major milestones in reality TV families sometimes come with special surprises, whether symbolic gifts, production celebrations, or behind-the-scenes acknowledgments. This has led to intense online speculation. Was there really a high-value gift involved? Was it from TLC, family members, or simply a misunderstanding amplified by social media? As with many long-running reality shows like Little People Big World, the line between reality and rumor can sometimes blur, especially when fans are emotionally invested in the cast. What keeps this story trending is not just the idea of a gift, but what it represents: celebration, recognition, and the evolving dynamics of a family that has grown up in front of millions of viewers. The Roloff family has always been under a microscope, and that visibility brings both support and scrutiny. For Tori Roloff and Zach Roloff, every milestone becomes part of a larger public conversation. Fans don't just watch events unfold, they analyze, interpret, and debate them in real time. Meanwhile, Amy Roloff often represents a bridge between generations of the family, reminding viewers of how far the show has come since its early seasons. And that's what makes this story so engaging. It's not just about a baby rumor or a gift theory. It's about a family navigating life in the public eye, where even small moments can turn into headline discussions. When the news first broke that Tori and Zach were expecting again, it didn't come as a loud, dramatic reveal. It came in that quiet, heartfelt way fans of Little People Big World have come to recognize over the years. A simple post, a tender message, a growing family moment shared with millions who have watched their journey unfold from the beginning. At first, it was just speculation, a few subtle hints on social media, carefully chosen words in interviews that made viewers pause and wonder, was there a baby on the way, or were fans just reading too much into it again? But as time went on, the clues started to line up more clearly, and the anticipation quietly built in the background of the fandom. By the time the pregnancy was widely recognized, the online reaction was immediate and emotional. Fans flooded comment sections with congratulations, shock, and excitement. Some were simply happy to see the family expanding again, while others began revisiting past moments, tracking timelines, sharing theories, and connecting the dots that had been hiding in plain sight. There was also curiosity. With every new child, viewers naturally wonder how life is changing behind the scenes, how routines shift, how siblings adjust, and how Tori and Zach are managing the growing demands of a larger household. It wasn't just excitement about a baby, it was curiosity about the life that would come with them. And then came the anticipation phase, the long wait leading up to the birth. Every update, every quiet pause on social media, every small glimpse of family life felt more significant than usual. Fans weren't just watching anymore, they were waiting alongside them. When the birth was finally confirmed, it spread rapidly across fan communities. Within minutes, posts were circulating, discussions were igniting, and congratulations were pouring in from around the world. It wasn't just another celebrity baby announcement. It felt personal to many viewers who have followed this family for years. What made this moment especially meaningful was the symbolism behind it. A fourth child isn't just a number. It represents a deepening chapter in their family story. For longtime viewers, it reflects growth, resilience, and continuity. It shows how a family they've watched evolve on screen continues to move forward, season after season, milestone after milestone. In many ways, this announcement wasn't just about adding another member to the family. It was about time passing. It was about change. And it was about the emotional connection fans feel when they realize they've been witnessing someone else's life unfold in real time. And as the excitement settles, one thing becomes clear. This moment is not just a headline. It's the beginning of a new chapter that fans will be watching closely, every step of the way. Amy Roloff has long been seen as one of the emotional anchors of the family, especially when it comes to major life events. From birthdays to weddings to the arrival of grandchildren, she has consistently taken on the role of someone who brings warmth, tradition, and a sense of continuity to family milestones. So naturally, when news of the fourth baby began circulating, attention quickly turned to how she might be involved in the celebration. In fan discussions and online commentary, there has been growing curiosity around a so-called special or possibly expensive gift connected to the baby's arrival. However, it's important to note that much of this conversation appears to be based on speculation, interpretation, and social media discussion rather than confirmed details. Still, that hasn't stopped viewers from analyzing every possibility, from a sentimental family heirloom to something more luxurious or publicly showcased. One of the reasons this topic has gained so much traction is because of the Roloff family's long history on television. Viewers have watched major milestones unfold on screen for years, and TLC's storytelling approach often emphasizes emotional or high-impact moments. This has led some fans to wonder whether the network itself might have played a role in shaping how certain gifts or celebrations are presented, especially during significant events like a new baby's arrival. At the same time, others push back on that idea, suggesting that Amy's involvement alone would be enough to explain the attention. As a grandmother, her gestures are often seen as deeply personal and meaningful, and even a simple gift can become symbolic when it comes from her. In that sense, the focus may say more about fan expectations and curiosity than about the actual nature of the gift itself. Ultimately, whether the gift is modest, meaningful, or simply exaggerated through online discussion, it has succeeded in doing one thing: drawing attention. And in the world of reality television families, even small moments can quickly become part of a much larger conversation that blends emotion, speculation, and public fascination. In this part of the story, the focus naturally shifts from the private family moment to the wider public conversation surrounding the Roloffs, especially within the world of Little People, Big World. Over the years, viewers have watched the family evolve in real time, and that long-term connection means every milestone tends to spark strong opinions and emotional reactions. The family dynamic, particularly between Amy Roloff, Zach Roloff, and Tori Roloff, has continued to shift as new chapters unfold. Amy's role as the matriarch is often viewed through a nostalgic lens, with some fans appreciating her continued presence and involvement, while others feel the newer generation has clearly stepped into the center of the story. This transition has created a natural contrast between old era and new era interpretations of the show. Fan reactions, as always, are deeply divided. A large portion of viewers respond with warmth and support, seeing family milestones as a reflection of growth, resilience, and continuity. For them, even something like a meaningful gift or celebration becomes a symbol of connection across generations. On the other hand, more skeptical viewers question how much of what appears on screen is entirely organic, especially given the long history of reality television production shaping narratives for emotional impact. This is where perception becomes especially important. Reality TV has a way of amplifying small moments into major talking points, and audiences are often left piecing together meaning from carefully edited scenes. That leads to ongoing debates. Is the family genuinely as unified as it appears, or are viewers seeing a curated version designed for storytelling? Ultimately, the conversation around the Roloffs reflects something bigger than just one family moment. It highlights how audiences engage with long-running reality shows. People don't just watch events unfold. They interpret, analyze, and sometimes project their own expectations onto them. And in that space between reality and storytelling, interpretations will always differ, ensuring the discussion continues long after the episode ends. At its core, this story resonates because it taps into something deeply universal: family, change, and the passage of time. No matter where someone is from or what their background looks like, the idea of welcoming a new child or watching a family grow is instantly relatable. It brings up memories, emotions, and reflections about our own lives, even when the people on screen live in a very different world. What makes this especially powerful in the context of reality television is the way private milestones become public moments. A birth, a celebration, or even a disagreement doesn't stay contained within a household. It becomes part of a larger audience conversation. Millions of viewers begin to feel invested, as if they've watched these families grow up in real time. But that visibility comes with complexity. Reality TV families like the Roloffs exist in a unique space where their most personal experiences are shared, analyzed, and sometimes even debated by strangers online. Support, criticism, excitement, and speculation all mix together, creating a constant wave of public reaction that follows every major life event. Over time, this changes how audiences engage with them. It's no longer just about watching a show, it becomes about tracking a journey. Viewers remember past seasons, compare changes, and connect emotional dots across years of footage. That long-term connection is part of what keeps interest alive, even as the family dynamics evolve. There's also something deeper happening beneath the surface: the way people project their own ideas of family onto what they see on screen. Some viewers see inspiration, others see cautionary lessons, and many simply see familiarity in the everyday moments: parenting struggles, celebrations, disagreements, and growth. And as these families continue to evolve, so does the audience relationship with them. Children grow up, roles shift, and new chapters begin. What started as a simple introduction to a family becomes an ongoing narrative about change itself. In the end, that's why stories like this continue to matter. Not because of the fame or the cameras, but because they reflect something timeless. Life doesn't stand still. Families grow, time moves forward, and every milestone, big or small, becomes part of a much larger human story. At the end of the day, the birth of Tori and Zach's fourth child marks another meaningful chapter in a story that fans have followed for years. It's more than just a family update. It's a moment that reflects how much life has changed, evolved, and continued to grow over time. Whether it's the excitement surrounding the new baby, the curiosity about Amy's role as a grandmother, or even the ongoing discussion about the so-called expensive gift, this moment has sparked conversation far beyond the show itself. Fans aren't just watching events unfold, they're interpreting them, debating them, and connecting them to the bigger picture of the family's journey. And maybe that's what makes it so compelling. It's not only about what happened, but how people respond to it, what they believe it means, and why it resonates with them in the first place. That blend of real-life milestones and public curiosity is what keeps this story alive in conversation. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.